Hi. Um, Today I'd like to share about something that I've been sharing with my kids and some of my the other boys. It's about how we visualizing things, how we seeing things around us. So the world we're living is in three-dimensional. So let me show you an example. If you see this tree, it is a three-dimensional. It's a three-dimensional view of the tree. But the problem is that we don't really see it as three-dimensional. What we end up seeing as a two-dimensional, which means that we're seeing as a flat surface. The reason behind why we're seeing a flat surface is because our day-to-day interaction, everything is flat. For example, if you are in a classroom, sitting in a classroom, you're just staring at a black whiteboard. Okay, you're just staring that, and then when you look at the books, it is a flat. So the rationale behind the blackboard and the books is because the amount of time you're spending on those images or those displays, right? The things that display into your eye is pretty much flat. You don't really have to adjust your eye, so your brain accustomed to it to see flat things. On top of addition to that, with the new technology today, like television set, TV, and then your phone devices, you don't even need to focus it because those devices focus it for you. When you watch movie, the screen focuses the object for you. So you don't really have to process your brain in order to see 3D image because you're seeing that 2D image is sharp enough. So what I mean by that is that if you look at this leaf here, if you look at this tree here, I hope I'm really zooming into the tree, this tree branch, is where each one of these points, right, have a distance, right? If you look at each point of this, have a distance. But what you end up actually seeing is that you're seeing a snapshot of this, snapshot of this, snapshot of that. That's how you're seeing it. Because you're still seeing it as if you're sitting in a classroom, as if you're sitting in front of your television or in front of your monitor or inside your screen. You're actually taking a snapshot of this, snapshot of this, snapshot of this. So the three-dimensional view that I'm referring to is the linear process. What I mean by linear is that if you look at from this angle, your eye should be able to focus from here, slowly zoom in. So each point of this should appear sharp at you, sharp at your vision. Each point of this should be sharp. But the problem is that one of the things that I found now myself is that when I view from this point to this point, I will miss a huge gap. I will not able to focus this area. Somehow I'll get a blank image. I'll only able to see this one all the way up to here because I'm taking a snapshot of this and taking a snapshot of that. The only way I'm able to slowly see this back is control and then control my mind to force it to see those blind spot. That's where you're building a control with your eye. So it's more like retraining my eye to see things in three-dimensional. So when I see things, I'll see one point to another point, which actually helps your eye to train, which you regain back the control. It's the same way that you build your muscle. If you don't really work out your muscle, you're not going to utilize the muscle. Your body just it's not really wasted, it just parked aside, and sooner or later that will be wasted. So that's what usually will happen to your vision if you don't really utilize it. So which is why I would really recommend that you go out to the nature, not in your home, go out in nature. Even in your home you can do that. Just that you should be able to zoom into one area, zoom into the background, zoom into the slowly allow your eye to focus each point of it rather than taking the whole snapshot of it. So if you see, generally you will see the whole thing as one snapshot. That's not how you should see things. You should see point by point by point, each point, so that your eye is actually focusing each point of the dimensional. Because this is a three-dimensional. Okay, it's a three-dimensional world. So I hope it helps. Hope I'm not confused you guys. So I hope this is very important. I'm losing my eyesight. That's why it sucks, you know. This is why I kind of learning and trying to understand what the heck is going on.